Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel, a place where all future millionaires come to get inspired. If you've seen me for the first time, welcome. My name is Terry Forge. I'm your humble boy from the roots. If you subscribe to this channel already, thank you very much. But if not, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe and be part of this awesome family. I am bringing some very detailed news about the Cameroon E-visa today, following my experience at the airport. It is very important that you listen to this video to the end and also share it so that people can educate themselves and understand what happened when you arrive Cameroon or when you arrive Douala or Yaoundé airport when you've applied and you've been given the e-visa, no matter which country you are coming from. A lot of my viewers have watched my previous videos and they have shared their concerns and they've also expressed their satisfaction with the system. But I must relate to those who have not had their visa yet and those who are still applying and hoping to have the visa and those who are really frustrated with the system not working at the same time. I really relate with you. I can understand. If I am in your shoes, I'll feel exactly the same. So all I wanted to say is, please continue to try. I don't know why the system is not working, but if it did work, and for those who did work for them, they can share that experience and they can testify that it was the best thing that ever happened. I know my experience was very different. Some others were also very different, but I'm really concerned with those who are applying for the e-visa and they're not getting any headway. That's really sad. But we hope that those who are managing this system, they can also watch our videos. They can also watch the reviews that we are having and the comments that we are all dropping under my videos, and they can work to improve the areas that they are really lacking, especially when it comes to the payment system, no one responding to emails and one not refuse. Those sounds like very little things, but that's what makes the system work in the first place. I know some embassies are also telling people that there's no contingency plan. There should be a contingency plan in place if we are putting a system in place to ensure, or there should be a transition period where the embassy are still issuing these visas while we are also trying to see that the online system work. I'm just putting it out there for those who are in charge of the system to ensure that there should be some form of consideration and plans put in place, or contingency plans put in place, to ensure that those who really need this visa can get their visa within the stipulated period of time as stated on that website. And it would definitely be appreciated if you can hear us and support us to make this work for everyone. We will really be very grateful. Today, I am going to talk about traveling to Cameroon and when you've acquired your e-visa. So for me personally, when I applied, for some reason, I managed to get mine within the 48 hours period, which was great. So I was issued a barcode via an email, which also detailed some information to say it is an authorization or it is an entry authorization into Cameroon, and you will be issued a visa on arrival. Yes, it's genuine. We took it to the airport, even though when I got to the airport, some of the airlines or the airline did not understand that the system has changed. So they're also coming familiar that this is a new system that is in place. So I traveled without any problems, and I arrived the airport in Douala. When I arrived the airport in Douala, unlike any other arrival, there's always, once you come out of the plane, normally you meet the first immigration commissioners who check to see if you're coming into the country legally, but not the ones that stamp your passport. After you've gone through the first immigration check, then you've gone through the COVID checks, the next thing that you're going to get at is the e-visa desk. The e-visa desk is situated just before where we normally have the yellow fever vaccine staff seated when you're coming out of the airport. So there are a lot of desks there to make sure that everyone is attended to on a very timely fashion. I must say, when we got there, we didn't spend 2 or 3 minutes, or I didn't spend 2 or 3 minutes to have my visa endorsed onto my passport. It's still the same similar sticker as they used to give in the embassy, but you get it now at the airport when you arrive. So all they ask from you is your barcode or the confirmation email, including that barcode that was sent to you when you applied for your e-visa. They will then endorse a visa into your passport. You know very well how this works. I think the best thing to do is to print the barcode out. I know some of the desks, they'll easily just ask and show it on their phone and they're satisfied with it. But they're more satisfied if you have a copy to issue, to hand it to them, and then you get a visa on return. This is what I said. People should listen to this video to the end. What is very interesting here is the fact that when you get to the airport and you are issued a visa, I noticed something quite strange. I was issued a visa that ends on the day of my departure. So the visa ends on the same day I am coming back, which is I was a bit confused about it. So when you pay for your visa, I don't know if the website actually say what visa you are paying is for how long. It's something that if you know or you've read it on the website, please put it on the comment section to educate others. But what I noticed at the airport was the fact that I was issued exactly a 2 weeks visa, which was the period of my visit. So the visa was endorsed on my passport the same day I arrived, and the expiry date of that visa was the same day I was coming back. This is very different compared to when you apply your visa from the embassy and you will say it is a 3 month visa, multiple entry, which means if you want to go home again in the next 2 weeks or in the next 1 month or 2 months, if you come back and that visa is still valid for you to travel, you can use it. But this time around, this was not the case. I was only issued a visa for the period of my visit, which then means the visa was given, say, for example, today, and you are coming back in 10 days' time, then the 10 days' time date is going to be added on your visa as the expiry date of that visa. So not the 3 months period, but that's for the standard visa, which is what they said to me. So they did say, well, what I applied for is a standard visa. That's the one you paid €153 for. So this is something that if you really know what the standard visa and how long it takes, or the 3 months route or the 6 months route, or even the indefinite route, and how long and how much it costs, please let us know in the comment section so people are very sure, because it's very worrying if you get home and you miss your flight and then you come back to the airport only to notice that your visa has expired. The reason I'm saying this is because I didn't take note of this expiry date once when I arrived. It's when I was actually coming back when I noticed that, when I looked it very closely and I noticed that my visa actually expires on the day I was leaving Cameroon. If I tried to question what's happening, and they said, well, that's what I applied for and that's what I get. So be mindful when you're applying for your visa and ensure that it's definitely what you are paying for. When I was on the flight, I met some Cameroonians coming from the US, and they just said to me that their sister traveled the day before and they were told the system was not working and they had to go to Semaleng in Yaoundé from Douala before they can get the e-visa from there. But I can reassure you, when I got to the airport, as I always say, my experience was very different. So when I got to the airport, the kiosk were open, the staff were definitely working. They issued the visa straight away, and I was able to then head towards that immigration desk, had my passport stamped, then I exit the building where you collect your luggages. So experience are all different. We just hope that the system work always, or it always work, so that people will get the best experience. But for those who have not had their visa and they've been trying for all this time, I really hope that you get your visa and you also have your visa on time, because it is very frustrating when you've paid the flight and you don't know your own fate, especially when your embassy is now telling you they do not have an update on what's also happening on the system. It's very difficult. I can relate with you, and it is something that is really, really worrying. And I hope that they make this work soon for you. If you've not subscribed to my channel already, what are you waiting for, guys? I remain your humble boy from the roots, Terry Forge. Please like, share, and subscribe so that we can all educate ourselves on what is going on and what has changed, and ensure that everyone learns from each other's mistake, and everyone can learn from each other's experiences, so that we make things better for ourselves. Thank you very much for always watching. Thank you very much for always watching, and for those who've already subscribed and they're following me all to the end, I really appreciate you all. We are heading towards 2,000 subscribers, so that is our goal by the end of this year or so, or even more, why not? So please join us, subscribe, like, share this video, so that you can become part of this awesome YouTube family. I remain your humble boy, Terry Forge from the Roots, and I will see you on the next one. I say goodbye.